So last night there was a Celtic strip leaked on social media. Is that just a concept strip, or is it the new away strip for next season? I'll show you that towards the end of the video. Postecoglou, should he drop Haksabanovic again after the weekend? Although he has scored 5 goals in 11 starts this season, and he has also had 4 assists in that time, he had a shocker at the weekend. And the fact that Jota was rested due to that horrific pitch, I think that it could be a case that Haksabanovic didn't fancy the pitch at all. Liel Abada, the Liel Abada story rocks on. Peter O'Rourke again has been talking about Liel Abada and the fact that he might be away from Celtic this summer. Matt O'Reilly talks about the uniqueness of this Celtic squad and the togetherness, and we'll talk a bit about that. And then one Kilmarnock player says that this is the best team that he's played against since he played against Premier League teams. And we'll talk about that also in today's Celtic FC news. So back to Haksabanovic, he's on 12 grand a week, and as an impact player he does quite well. He comes on and he's obviously had those goals that he scored this season, but he did himself no favours at the weekend, and losing possession 16 times from 56 touches at the weekend. So it's quite big, so you can see why he got hooked at the weekend also. One player that wasn't playing at the weekend is Liel Abada, and the story just keeps on going on with him. Again, it's transfer talk. Peter O'Rourke again has been saying he's always performed at a high standard for them. He's popped up with some crucial goals in big games. There's been no progress on contract talks with Abada and Celtic, so that might point the way for a potential departure this summer for Liel Abada, who has previously attracted interest from Premier League clubs. And he went on to say there was interest at Christmas time for Premier League clubs, but the player didn't want to go at that time. He wants to go in the summer, so I think that's why he's probably been kept out of the team a bit. But you never know, it could all be just talk. But the fact that Peter O'Rourke is talking about it again, he seems to be the guy in the know when it comes to transfers down south. Talking about transfers, talking about a player that came in from nowhere was Matt O'Reilly, the 22-year-old Danish midfielder who scored twice at the weekend. He says Celtic have a blend of experience and really, really nice guys. He says the fact that players can come into this team, he says when you look at Yoko and Tomoki, he says they've come in from another country and another culture, and they've settled in really quick. He says that's what this team brings and does. He says everyone helps each other. He says you've got some of the nicest guys I've ever met. He says both these guys that we're talking about are learning to speak English, which definitely helps on the pitch. You can see they're enjoying themselves, and Yuki hasn't played much as he wants, but when he's been asked to step up, he's performed really well. Talking about all the different players from different nations, he says you've got Argentina, Australia, Canada, and of course Japan, and then there's a healthy cohort of internationalists driving Celtic on to glory this season. And Celtic that haven't been beaten since Real Madrid back in November. He basically says that with Arden Moy, Carter Vickers, Jota and Callum McGregor and James Forrest and players like that pushing them on, he says it's just one a tight-knit community that Celtic have. Talking about tight-knit communities, a Kilmarnock player went on to say, we'll show you the Celtic strip in just a minute, so hang on for that. A Kilmarnock player can at least take solace for the fact that they regrouped. The player Vassell said that Celtic are the best team and they're top of the league for a reason. He says, when I was in the Premier League, and the former Blackpool player says when he played Premier League teams in the Cup, he says generally top teams, Callum McGregor could walk into any top team in England. He is that good. He makes space for other players. You have to look at Greg Taylor also coming in the pitch. He says Celtic are that well organised and disciplined. They just keep the ball. My comparison would be a top Premier League team, and that is from the Kilmarnock player Vassell, and that's what he said about this Celtic team after the gubbin that he says 27 minutes of a head start. You can't give anyone that. So let's go to the Celtic strip. Is this Celtic strip just a concept strip, or is this Celtic strip the away strip for the next season, 23-24 season? What do you think about it? I don't know, I'm not really sure. Away strips are one of those things. I don't think we've had a really cracking away strip that's sold in vast numbers since the original Bumblebee top in the 90s. I think that will always go down as one of the quickest and highest selling Celtic tops ever. I don't think there's been one that has matched it for going off the shelves as quick, and I still do have my original Bumblebee top from the 90s, and yes, it still does fit. So Celtic fans, tell me in the comments, do you like this Celtic away top that was leaked? Is it the leaked Celtic away top for next season, or is it just a concept strip that's been put out there? Tell me your thoughts in the comments, and on that note, I shall see you on the next video. Have a great day, Celtic fans all around the world.